Hey guys, so today I'm going to be making a Raspberry Pi Zero arcade cabinet thing. Now I kind of know what I'm doing, I kind of don't, so it's we're kind of going to figure this out. I've got a Raspberry Pi Zero in this bag. I need to set it up because I got it and then didn't do anything with it. I just put it in this bag. So I've got an SD card and stuff. I just need to plug it in and set it up. So that's what I'm gonna be doing. I've got my computer in front of me. I'm gonna try and put RetroPie on this to use it. And I've got some other parts to make a little arcade cabinet with it. But first I'm going to put RetroPie on this. So I've angled the camera at the computer so you can see what I'm doing. But we're going to take the SD card out of the Pi. And I'm going to put it in the adapter and just put it in my computer. I've got the Raspberry Pi Imager up here. So I'm going to format it in Disk Manager. Okay, I've formatted it now. So I'm going to choose an OS. And because this is a Raspberry Pi Zero, we want to find emulation and game OS and RetroPie. And there's Raspberry Pi Zero, which is what this Raspberry Pi is. So we're going to click that one. And for storage, I'm going to select my microSD card. And I'm going to click write. All existing data will be erased, yes. So if you're going to be doing this, any data you have on that SD card is going to be wiped. So I would recommend, if you've got anything on it, take stuff off it. But if you haven't got anything on it, it doesn't matter. So because this Raspberry Pi Zero only has one USB port on it, I could use RetroPie with only one USB port. But if I ever want to play a game with somebody else, I'm gonna then need more USB ports. So I got a little USB hub. So it turns like 1 into 4. So then you've got this, and this will plug into here. So now this is 4, and then this will plug into the Pi. So then now there are 4 USB ports on the Pi Zero. And I also have a micro HDMI adapter, mini HDMI adapter, sorry, for the Pi. And also an on-off switch for the Pi, but I don't really want one for the Pi, I want one for the whole arcade cabinet, so I will figure that out. It might end up just being literally a USB cord that you just plug in and out of a power bank, but if that's what it has to be, then that's fine, so whatever. So I thought, just while this is writing RetroPie to that microSD, I thought I'd just show you how I'm going to make this work. So basically what I've got is I've got a power bank. I might not be using this one. I'm probably going to be using this one, which I'm using to charge the phone I'm recording with at the moment because it was dead. And then after, I need to use one of these because this monitor I've got is AV and the Raspberry Pi is micro HDMI, mini HDMI, sorry. So this is going to convert it. I know it doesn't look very good, but that's just how it looks. HDMI goes in and composite comes out. Got the USB hub, obviously. I have a little container here which it's all going to go in. I'm probably going to mount a controller to the front of it as well, so you can play it like an arcade cabinet. But then I'm also going to put some other ports around so that you can like plug other controllers into the USB hub. This HDMI is going to go from the Pi to this. This also needs to be powered, but I have one of these which plugs in there and gets power. I'm going to plug this into the Pi, and I'm hoping that it's going to be able to power this, because this power bank has 2 USB ports on it, so that can power the screen and the Pi. But I need to power this converter, so I'm hoping the Raspberry Pi Zero can do that. And yeah, that should be everything. I wouldn't have any sound, but that's okay. I can't get any sound because this monitor doesn't have any speakers. It was actually a monitor from a car reversing camera, so I'm just going to have to deal without any speakers. I might add speakers later, because with this converter I can just plug them into the headphones. But for the moment I'm not going to have any speakers, but I'm fine with not having any speakers. So to put it all together, I'm going to use hot glue, because that's what I have. I like hot glue. I've got a big toolbox full of stuff, which has got like screwdrivers and stuff like that in it. But I've also got lots of hot glue in here, and my hot glue gun, as you can use. There's hot glue gun. I'm going to put this back in. I'm going to take a handful of these, because I don't want to keep taking them out of this toolbox every time I need to put more in. So, no, my whole glue gun! I just knocked the glue gun and all the glue sticks on the floor. I'm not quite sure how I did it, but I did. Alright, so the OS still hasn't finished installing yet. So while it's doing that, I'm going to set the Pi up. I'm going to put it all in its box and everything, get it all ready, and then I will put the OS on it and do it from inside the arcade cabinet. So this arcade cabinet, I wasn't really making it to be like something that was used in like a house. I was mainly making it to use out somewhere. So like, literally, say if you were going out somewhere, like to the beach or something, you want to sit in the back of your car and play some games, you could use this. So first I need to find places to mount all of this stuff. Probably going to put the Pi on the side somewhere, because then it gives easier access for like the ports and things like that. So there are plenty of holes, so there shouldn't be any problem with ventilation or anything. I'm going to go find some Blu Tack to attach it to places. I'm probably going to use Blu Tack for a lot of things. I know electronics probably shouldn't be touching Blu Tacks, because it's probably not very good for them, but I don't care. Alright, so it looks like on my computer the SD card is done. So I should be able to take that out now and put it in the Pi. Not going to set it up yet, because I'm going to put it all in there first and then turn it on and set it up. But yeah, so that's the Pi done with for now. I've got some Blu Tack, which is what I'm going to be using to basically fix everything to it, so it's all like removable and stuff, you know. So I might put this inside it, this hub, because you can then put cables through this hole and have them come out the front. Because I don't really want to cut more holes to put USBs in, and also then one would have to stick out anyway, so I could plug this in inside it and it just wouldn't look very good. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to mount the Pi first. So Blu Tack's here. I'm going to get some. That's probably way too much. I'm just going to put it on the wooden bits, because I don't want it touching any components and things. It's probably fine if it touches components, but I just, you know, I don't really know. Make sure this SD card is in there good. and I'm going to fix it to the side like this. So like that. There we go. It's going nowhere. Not sure what to do next. Alright. Let's do this bit, I'd say, probably. Could fix it up the top here. There's enough room for the cables to come out either side, maybe. Let's try and plug in the HDMI. And this HDMI cable is quite thick, so I might use a different one. But yeah, tell you what, I'm gonna use a different HDMI cable because I'm not quite happy with that one. So I've got a very long one here, but then it could be an advantage technically, because if you wanted, then you could like unplug it from the Pi and then like plug it into a TV if you wanted to. So it might be a bit of like a downside, but technically it's not. I just need to find a way to do this up properly so that it's smaller. I might see if I've got some sort of cable tie that can be like undone, but I'd say that looks pretty good, and that can just sit in there somewhere. I'm just gonna kind of see if I can make it any smaller, but I don't think I can. Actually, no, that works. I don't need to find a cable tie to hold it together. I can just put the cable through like that. Okay. So, let's mount this somewhere. Now, I can't really avoid having this touch any of the components, so I'm just going to put it straight in the middle there. And I'm going to put this side in there, because then I can still plug it in, because I'm pretty sure I need to plug it in. I know sometimes you use it and you don't have to plug it in, but most of the time you do, so I'm going to plug this AV cable in first, and probably the HDMI as well. And let's put it in. Oh, it doesn't fit. Well, I guess I can put it that way. Right, let's put it like that. Put it in there. Alright, that's in there. Not in there super well, but it's in there enough. This has now gone all mess. Oh, and it's come out. Oh. The Bluetech's come off, which is annoying. But I'll just try and put some more on, maybe. Just a big chunk of Bluetech. Or maybe I'll try and use some hot glue, since that's not really working. Forgot I had the hot glue, to be honest. One of the reasons I've held the Pi in with Bluetech is because I want the Pi to be removable if something ever happens, or if I want to use it with something else. Alright, so I'm going to take the HDMI out for now. I'm going to leave the composite in because then I can see sort of where to put it. So I'm going to put like a lot of hot glue on this. It's not really coming out properly. What the? I think my glue gun's broken. Let's just push one through to push the hot glue stick through. There we go. Okay, that's got like a lot of glue on it now, so that should be fine. Let's put that in there and glue it. Just gonna hold this like this for a minute. So what I'm hoping is, I'm pretty sure the Raspberry Pi Zero version of RetroPie, you should be able to play, you can definitely play NES and Atari and things like that. You should be able to play Super Nintendo. I'm hoping Genesis or Mega Drive and things. I don't really know. I like a lot of the older games. Probably going to try and get some of the classic games. But yeah. I'm going to use some glue tack to hold the cable together. Like, I know it doesn't really matter, but I'm going to try and make it look a little bit presentable. Is that? No, that's not really worked. Good enough. My standards are very low. But, yeah, that's glued. That's glue tacked, but it keeps coming off. You know what, let's just take the glue tack off. That's not gonna... I don't care about wires anymore. I'm gonna try and make it look a little bit presentable. Okay, that's looking pretty good at the moment. Let's put this micro HDMI in. I'm actually gonna stick this Pi a bit further back. So it's pushed up against the wall. Or if I put it there, and then I might put some hot glue on the back of this HDMI adapter, and then I'll hot glue it in, pressing down there, and you can just slide it out to take it out, like slide it out and then just slide it back in, or I don't know. Actually, I am going to hot glue this. I want it to be a bit quite permanent. I'm probably going to be leaving this in here, so. Alright, let's put some hot glue on the back of this. There's some hot glue on the back of the Pi and some hot glue on that. Right, let's push it all the way back and just press the glue down. Unless this Pi doesn't work, I shouldn't have to take it out. I can still access the HDMI, not the HDMI, the microSD, so I can like put more games on it and things. Okay. Still not completely dry yet, but it should be fine for now. Okay, so let's find a place for this to go. So I'm going to unplug this. No, I'm not, because I can't. I'm just going to put that out of the way. Let's plug in the USB dongle. Plug in the hub. And we'll glue it there. And then glue that in there. Okay. So I'm going to get some glue. Glue that. And glue it there. Oh, this hot glue is all stringy. Get off. Okay, that's glued. So now if we glue that like that, so that the ports are facing upwards along the bottom. Gonna put some glue along the side of it. And just push it in that way. And that should be all pushed in. I haven't tested if this Pi works with this USB hub, but I'm assuming it will. If it doesn't, then I'll just take it out and I'll just have to use one controller. But anyway, I'm just gonna plug it in and see if it like turns on first before I start putting it all back together, like putting it together. So let's plug that in there. Let's put this USB through the front for now and just tuck it all in there. Need to plug the HDMI in. Oh no! That was stupid. I've glued the USB hub in the way of the HDMI port. Oh. Alright, that's coming off then. I'll have to re-glue it that way. Ow! Burnt myself. It's fine. Just push it back on there. Okay. So that should hopefully not get in the way of anything now. Let's find the mini USB cable and undo that. Gonna plug it in here. Oh, come on, no, don't do this. Oh, fun. Alright. Fine. Nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. Just annoying. I mean, the fact that it's annoying kind of makes it wrong, but nothing I can do about it. Like I said before, I'm kind of doing this for the first time. Like, I've made them before, but they were very bad. So I'm just kind of trying to make it a little bit better this time by just making things organised better. Like, I could have just thrown it all in there, but then that wouldn't look nice. So, got this now. Gonna just set it up briefly for now. Plug that in there. Plug the HDMI into the Pi. Okay. That's some snapping now, but I'm hoping it's fine. Please don't break. That way. Please. There we go. There we go. Okay. Please get in. Good enough for now. Apart from that, it's not plugged in. There we go. Okay. Squish it down. Let's just grab this one. See if it works. Okay, the screen's on. I'm actually stupid. I didn't plug the Pi in. Okay, give me a minute to find a cable. I found one. Okay, let's put the cable through here. And then plug it into the Pi. Somehow. This is for the monitor. This is for the Pi. I've got my power bank. So let's plug the display in first, and then the Pi. Alright, so that's on, and the Pi is on. I cannot read that text. I think it's, okay, well, it's gone now. Hoping looks like it's doing something. I can't read any of it, but the resolution of the display is too low for me to read any of it. Oh! Yay! Okay, we're getting somewhere. There's RetroPie. Is it gonna boot into RetroPie? Is it? Come on. Come on. Yay. Okay, so it all works now. So I can unplug it because it will set itself up and everything. Now we're going to mount the power bank next. So I think the wires are just going to have to kind of be all messy. I'll never be able to get it looking right. So it's just going to kind of have to be that way. But let's get all the cables out the way for now. Including the HDMI, let's get that out. But the other cords can stay in there. So we've got to find a place to mount the power bank. And I was thinking along the side, but I'm not going to use this one. I'm going to use the one that's charging the phone I'm using to record, which is this one. So I'm going to unplug it and plug the phone into this one so it stays charging. I'll put that on the side. Okay, so we've got to find a place for this, preferably so that I can charge it and leave it in there. Don't know quite how I'm going to do that, but I'm going to try and find somewhere. Actually, if I could glue it there, that'd be good, because then I could get to charging port and to the USB port. I've got an idea. Let's use the power button from the Pi, like that, and then have this glued somewhere else, and we'll just make sure this is turned on all the time. Okay, yes, I think that's going to work. So, I don't know then how we turn it off without, like I said before, just unplugging it. But, maybe I'll try and get like a USB with then a button and then that, and then we'll glue it on the outside at another point. I would just use this, but I can't just use that, so. Okay. Let's plug this in here. And probably going to mount it there, because that seems pretty good. Now I can get to the USB ports if I need to, and like check the power and stuff, so. Okay. We're going to mount it there. So let's get the hot glue gun. Out of glue. And let's put a ton of glue on it. Okay. Now let's just stick it down into place. pressure on that for a minute. Okay, that should be pretty good. I'll peel this label off. There we go. Okay, this is looking pretty good. If you shake it, everything stays in, which is what I want. So, now let's find a place to put this. So this part needs to be like there. That works. Okay, so let's push that through there as best as we can. Alright, that's quite crooked. Can I do it better than that? Well, actually, it seems to fit in better sideways. So I'm going to put it in sideways and then put some hot glue on it like that. So let's put some hot glue around the outside of it. So, just gonna let that dry for a minute. So while I'm just waiting for this to dry, I want to talk about some of the things I'm going to be doing on this channel soon. So I am planning on doing, I have a Roomba 530 now, which in one of my last videos I said about that I had. So I was going to do a review on that when I originally got one, but then literally as I started the review, it started to have problems where the brush was like clunking, it was being all weird. So I looked at a new part, and the new part was really expensive, like £50, and the Roomba was probably not worth £50. I still have the Roomba, but it's kind of in pieces where I tried to fix it, so I'm not really going to show it to you. But I then saw a listing on an eBay bidding for another 530, which was like untested. Like they plugged it in and saw it lit up, but they didn't test it anymore than that. So I decided to just buy that and then plugged it in, and turns out the front left bumper sensor, I think, was broken. So what I did was I robbed parts from my old Roomba to fix this new one, and then I got that one working. It also needed another battery, so I took the battery off the old one as well and put it in, and it worked. So, because the battery would literally last 30 seconds and then it would just run out and ask for a new battery, like ask to be charged. So I did that. So that's all good now. So I will be doing a review on that soon. I'm also going to be doing some, like playing some games and things like that. because I have lots of game consoles. I've got a GameCube and some other consoles and things. So I bought a little HDMI, like composite to HDMI adapter. So I should be able to record them with my capture card on my computer, so that you guys don't just have to watch a camera pointed at a TV. I mean, I don't know if I'll have any sound, but you guys will definitely have sound. But yeah, so those are the kind of things I'm gonna hope to do on my channel soon. But for now, I was making this, and I thought I should probably make a video on it, because I haven't done a video in a long time. Also, I didn't upload for a long time because I had a lot of things going on with COVID and my school and other things like that. But now that those have all, for the most part, been sorted out, I can now make more videos. Hopefully. But yeah. So I've glued the micro USB port in. I'm just gluing the switch in place so nothing accidentally presses the button and stops it from charging. But okay, so that should all be in place now. As you can see, there's the Pi and the power bank and the button, which is going to be really annoying. I'm just going to see quickly which one is on and off. So let's just plug this into the other power bank for a minute. And I'm going to plug it in to the micro USB port. And you can see that there. You see, the power bank's charging. And if I pull it out, it stops charging. But also, if you push this button, it will then also stop charging. So it's important that that button is kept on so that it stays charging. So now that should be everything. I'm just gonna double check that this power bank can power everything, which I'm sure it can, just fine. And then we're gonna put it all together, and that should be it. And I'll, like, you know, put a controller on the front of it and stuff. So there we go, that's in there. Let's just plug that in. That's on. And oh, this happened before with something else. Alright. Look, as soon as I plug the Raspberry Pi in, it stops. Look, so it's on now. If I plug the Pi in, it turns off and just does this flashing thing. What if I take the screen out and plug it into the Pi instead? There we go. That's better. So now the screen's actually on, being powered off of the Pi. So let's plug a cable back in. And plug this side of the HDMI in. If I can get it in, which for some reason seems to be really awkward. There is no picture for some reason at the moment. Why is there no picture? Is this? Take it out and plug it back in. There we go. Okay, so now there's a picture. So this works. Put it onto power. There we go. So there's RetroPie there. So that there we go. So it all works. Let's just unplug the Pi at the moment. And I'm going to put a controller on the front. So for now, let's unplug it, separate it from its home thing, from the base. And actually, I don't need that as of right now. Actually, I need this as of right now. So let's find a controller. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so in this bag, I have some controllers. I have a GameCube controller and I have a PlayStation 4 controller. This isn't a particularly great PlayStation 4 controller. I do have another GameCube controller over there, which I might use on the front instead. But I think that'd look pretty good. Let's just see what the GameCube controller would look like. This one isn't great, but to be honest, if you're going to be using it, you're probably going to be using it with someone else, and you would be mounting it on. You would be plugging the controllers in, so yeah, I'd say that would work. So I'm probably going to mount that and use that as the controller. So that now means I've got to use this little GameCube adapter and to get rid of this bit and this controller because we don't need them right now. Alright, I'll be back in a second. I need to get a USB-C cable. So I found the USB-C cable. Hopefully it works. Just try it. Yeah, okay, so the USB-C cable works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to glue the controller to the front. Now it would be nice if I could have it, because it's got such a long cable, it would be nice if I could have it so you could take the controller off and just pull the cable through and use it like that. I'm not sure if I can do that unless I was to like put substantial amounts of blue tack on the back of the controller, which can come off quite easily. I mean, I could try it, I guess, but it wouldn't. You'd then have to touch blue tack if you took it off, and that just wouldn't be very comfortable. I mean, that works, but I'm not going to do it because it's probably not going to be very nice. So we're going to just glue this to the front of the controller. To the front of the console, sorry. So let's take this cable and pull it all the way through. And sort of line up where it's going to be, so like that. And then just put some glue on it. The smoke is good. Alright, let's push it down properly. Okay, so if you were to pick this up, it's not the most comfortable, but you've got your triggers and your buttons, joysticks and D-pad, and start and pause button. So I'd say that's pretty good. Hasn't got all the buttons that you would probably need to use, but for the amount of games this thing can actually play, I'd say that's perfectly fine. So I'm going to try and bundle this cable up a bit. Because it does not need to be this long, really. Alright, there we go, that's a bit bundled up. So let's get the GameCube adapter, and I'm going to plug the USB-C cable into our USB hub. And then the GameCube controller will go into this. So this isn't going to look very good, but I can't really make it look any better from this point on. So I'm literally going to plug all the cables in and just kind of smash it all in there. Because that's what I'm going to do. Right, that's in there. I'm going to plug that in. And actually I'm just going to leave it unplugged for now. I'll pull the cable out to the side so I don't forget about it. Alright, let's push this in. Just plug it in. Plug this end in. Alright, so this is all in here. Got to, where is the video? There it is. Plug that in. Now I know this looks absolutely horrendous, but it's all I can do really. Got the USB cord. Gonna plug it in. Oh, this is tough. Alright, I'm definitely gonna have to order a button for this. Alright, that's in there. Okay, the pie is on. Okay, there we go. That is the finished product. There's some holes at the top, and I'm just going to call them holes for ventilation, because that's kind of what they are. Yeah. So let's boot it up. I'm going to put the hot glue gun away, and I'll try and put some ROMs on here and play some for you guys. So, it says, I don't know if you can read it. Let me try and adjust it for you. There you go. So it says there that there has been a controller detected. So I need to hold A. So it's got the D-pad and things there. So I'm going to go D-pad up, D-pad down, D-pad left, D-pad right, start, and then I'm going to see if I can put select as my turbo button. No, I can't. So I'm going to then have to hold a button to skip using select. So I need to do A button, B button, X button and Y button. The left, I can't do left shoulder. I can do right shoulder, left trigger, right trigger, left thumb, right thumb. Oh wait, oh no. Oh, I'm gonna have to do it again. Okay, so there we go. That's it built. Okay, I'm gonna put some ROMs on it and I'll start recording in a minute. Alright, so finally it's all put together and I've got some ROMs on it, as you can see here. I've got Super Nintendo, Nintendo 64 and NES games. Let's just play an NES game. Super Mario Bros. Because it's all that I have on here. I don't know if you can read any of the text or not, but I've zoomed it in and changed the brightness so that you should be able to see it. Alright, so there you go, Super Mario Bros. This is quite hard on this controller because it's not very good. So, I hope you liked this video. Thank you for watching. I hope this has inspired you to make your own arcade cabinet. And hopefully I will see you next time with more cool projects like this one.